Alright, so for that big one, like I mentioned, if you need to, you probably should do this just to start things off. You just work that first line up there from 60 past 120. So get it as fast as you can, and then start putting everything together there. So do that daily. Just work that one up for a warm up. So you get the small speed work there. Obviously, keep using Guitar Pro, especially since I didn't print it out. And if you need to, let's say a particular two bars, a particular line's giving you extra trouble, you can always just single that out as well. One suggestion I have in being able to play this whole thing at the 120 is, so once you get this fast as you can, try just like doing 2 lines at a time and then add a line. So just keep adding as you go. Just kind of ease into it that way. So basically you're just starting on the A note here. Theory wise, you're basically just playing the first, third, fourth, and fifth notes in a row in key. Just kind of going up that way, coming down. So basically just skipping the second note in a row that would be happening in key right there. And you keep climbing up that same pattern until you get to the octave higher. So with this guy, so after you finish writing out the other arpeggios, some ways you can practice this. The main thing to work on this week is number 1, just working on and getting everything up to that 120. So with this, just like run through each line maybe a few times a day. Just try and get familiar with the patterns and moving around from one shape to the next. So something that might be helpful is to like play each one twice. So if you're especially doing the alternate picking, and then maybe like hit that C again just so you can have that resolve. Of course, you can practice it with the alternate picking again, just one time each. And I was just hitting the C at the end there to resolve all that. Now, in terms of speed here, what might end up happening, a couple things. First way would be like doing 2 downstrokes in a row and then doing a hammer on. So that way you can get going pretty quick with this. Something I really haven't practiced much at all. So if I tried to fly through it right now, it wouldn't go so well, I don't think. Another thing, if you picked everything, you could do like a little bit of economy picking and do like down, down, up, and do that the whole time. So down, down, up. Also something I haven't practiced at all. Whoops. But I do know that maybe just staying on 1. That's a way that you can get, like, really pick it really fast, and versus just strictly picking it there, because this is something that would be set up for an economy picking type situation, because it's versus just a strict alternate picking thing. Because the alternate picking, it's kind of like a tongue twister for your hand. So this is something that would not be best suited for locking into the whole strict alternate picking. But that's because we're playing like 1 note here and then 2 note here. But when you get like 3 notes per string type thing, and running through stuff like that, that makes more sense to lock into the back and forth. So I'm just letting you know these ideas. I'm not telling you to do those things specifically. I would just say, for now, try sticking with the strict alternate picking just to continue to do the strict alternate picking and make sure that gets more in your subconscious there. But I did want to let you know other approaches to this as we eventually get to playing stuff like that. For this guy, same idea. I would start with like picking everything twice. And then eventually just doing it once through. Whoops. As far as picking this like in a more efficient way, I guess like after you start it, if you did economy picking stuff, because I'm always starting with the downstroke to just keep things simple. So like if I was to economy pick anything, I would be going down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. So basically it would kind of like change after I start. So I would start with a down, up, down, and then go into up, down, down, up, down, down. So basically, eventually, or the second time through one of these things, I would be starting with the root note with an upstroke. Of course, the other way you can do it is just hammer on from the 1 to the 3. Which is probably what I would end up doing anyway, if I was going to play this as fast as I could. Anyway, but yeah, again, I just wanted to let you know other approaches of picking something like this to get as fast as you can. But for right now, let's keep it simple still and keep doing the strict alternate picking as much as you can. Again, just like maybe like 2 or 3 times run through each of the lines of arpeggios a day. Just to start getting them more familiar, and next class we'll place these in different progressions and whatnot, so this way you can have a more practical use with these arpeggios instead of just running up and down. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hope you feel better soon, and I'll see you again Thursday.